One thing up, kind of changing topics here. Emma Raducanu apparently is stepping away for a little while to recalibrate. She bowed out of the
recalibrate. What? She was playing great. She just found her form. Why is she recalibrating?
I don't know. She backed
mean?
out of the Billie Jean King Cup. She's skipping recent tournaments, and she's rumored to potentially be bringing on Mark Petchey.
I love Petchey. I love Petch.
Yeah, I love Petch.
And by the way, he was there in that role.
I was going to say, yeah, this is like Billy Martin. This is like round 2, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a lot of rounds. He was there. He was mixing it in with Tennis Channel, and they were, letting him work with, not letting him, accommodating his commentary schedule based around working with Emma in Miami. Had great results. Like she looked great. She looked like a top 10 player in Miami. I love that fit. I love the fit. Petchey seems to, I remember I was watching the coverage, and I could see, in Miami, you can see like a big field with people, and it was 10 minutes before she was going on, and they were playing this bouncy ball thing where you have like the trampoline thing and you're bouncing it off of. She was laughing, looked relaxed. I'm like, oh, that looks very, very, very comfortable. Love Mark Petchey. I think he has a great tennis brain. I think he's endlessly curious about the game of tennis. And JW and Mike, I want your opinion though, based on the churn of, she's hired people for 2 days at a time, 3 weeks at a time. We have to be in the upper 20s. Does it affect, like she needs Petchey now, because I got to think it's hard to enter into a new agreement, give up whatever you have to do, whatever else you have going on in life, knowing that this could be a 2-week situation. Mark obviously knows the deal. He's, I think there's a longer term relationship. I think that'd be great. I would actually be, fully supportive, but I think you're actually narrowing the pool of coaching talent just by virtue of you having this quick trigger on firing people. Is that, that's rational, right?
Yeah,
no?
We got a lot of data points now, don't we? Oof. This is not, yeah.
I get so frustrated, like, because I think she's so good for the game. I'm such a fan of hers. I personally, I like listening to her reasoning on things. And it's just like you get to the quarters and you finally are kind of getting momentum, and then you stop. Like, why put a speed bump in the middle of your season? It just drives me. It seems like it happens over and over.
It's hard though. It's a hard one for me. this is truth serum here. It's a really hard one for me because at some level we're partial to people that think outside the box and that don't do. Whether it's the Williams sisters or whether it's Roger for a while didn't have any coach. It's kind of interesting. At one point, she had, and I know her father was interested. What if we hired one coach for each stroke? Who says you have to have one coach? We'll have a return coach, a serve coach, a backhand coach, and a forehand coach. She is not sort of going through conventional tennis scheduling. She seems to pull out at strange times. The whole rhythm, right? The whole sort of trajectory of her career is bizarre. She was playing, she was playing an event in Landistown, Pennsylvania, and did not win it. Goes to the U.S. Open, qualifies, and wins a major. there's nothing conventional here, right? Her background is not conventional. The way she came to tennis, the way she projects. There's sort of, and I think we're sort of have a tropism. I think people tend to think favorably about that, and yet there are so many sort of own goals. There are so many moves where you just scratch your head from absolutely blowing through coaches. No player, whatever. If it's not a great marriage, go find another coach. But just the sheer number of coaches she's blown through, sometimes when she's playing well, is mystifying. The pullouts, the withdrawals, she doesn't want to qualify. I don't know. At some level, when a player takes ownership of their career and makes decisions that piss off the WTA and that piss off the establishment, you sort of want to wink the way we did with the Williams sisters 20 years ago. But there are a lot of just really mystifying career management moves here. Would you, I don't know, where am I missing the boat here?
The Williamses were consistent in their strategy, right? It wasn't as if they were here one thing, like I'm working on my fit and now I'm off, now I'm on. Like they were, I got it wrong. I was next to them when they weren't playing junior tournaments. And we were all like, you can't do that. That's like, you need to, how is Serena Williams ever going to become a great competitor? Right? Like like the stupidest shit that's ever been uttered. They're just, but also like not at the expense, like Serena was open to input once she got into her career. It wasn't as if she wasn't going to steal best practices or racket technology or like she wasn't so stuck that they had a very not traditional path. But then once they were there, it was open season. She was always looking for that voice, that advantage, trying different things, but not like, I don't think you can get any feedback in an 8-day trial. Like, I don't even know what you're doing. It's like, the craziest thing I've seen since the Nuggets firing Mike Malone.
She is only 22 years old.
I know.
Well, it's not, honestly, wait, stop there though, because that's not a bad analogy. I don't know. Would you want to go coach? I mean, Dan Hurley got out. Would you want to go coach Denver? Would you want to walk into that situation? The
With
guys,
no
whatever,
prep time?
18 months
No.
exactly.
No,
and I think the same thing. I mean, I think there's some of that too. I mean, if you're a broadcaster, I mean, Petch is great. He's from the UK. He doesn't have to. He could probably sleep in his own bed. He has kids her age. There's a lot to recommend about Petch. But yeah, I mean, at some level, you go through coaches at this rate, and I think a lot of coaches think, do I really want to get into that situation?
I guess the point here is that I hope it really works. And this is all hearsay, right? And based on his presence in Miami with her, I hope it really works because I think Petch is great. I hope this is like, I hope she gives a coaching relationship the chance to sink in. And that's it. And I could give a shit who hires and fires. Like, I have an opinion about it, but I think she is just so good for the game. And I think she's so good at tennis that you don't want to hear, last thing I want is 4 years from now, us having the same conversation like we've been having for the last 3.5 years. I hope it sinks in with Petch. I think the world of Petch. I think the world of Emma. I think she's phenomenal. And I hope it just, there's some tolerance for something being uncomfortable and not this knee jerk, let's get out and then restart and whatever your word was, recalibrate.
Recalibrate.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Somebody commented on
I know what it means normally. Yeah. It's just like, okay, no, you got the quarters. Let's build. We got momentum. Let's build. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling.
But maybe that is it, right? Like maybe they're like,
I get pulling out of Billie Jean King.
Like maybe it's like just pull out of a couple things now. We know we have a run up through French and Wimbledon. That's going to be fairly local, right? Those are
well, and I don't think if we present it as, hey, listen, this was always the case. I'm going to really put in 3 weeks with Petch. And we're not going to kind of do it on the fly of playing matches. That makes sense. Then tell us that. Like, I was not in a hurry to get over to Europe because I knew I was going to play fine. Okay. Maybe, hopefully, make the semis of Rome is a great result for me on clay. Roland Garros, not really my thing. But my eyes were once Miami finishes, I'm thinking about Wimbledon and then how do I ramp up? Because that's really where, the ceiling. So if she's just, I don't think clay is going to be her best surface. I think she's obviously great on clay. She's really good on grass. So maybe that's the strategy. And if that is, I hope that it is a strategy that is like, this is our next 3 months and you stick to it.